Hi everyone, this is Norma with All My Crafts, and today I'm going to show you how to crochet this beautiful little dress right here. I showed you this in a sneak peek in one of my haul videos, and I'm going to show you how to make this dress. It's a very easy and simple dress. As you can see, this one's in white in the neckline and pink. So I made this one. Just wanted to show you the different colors and variations. It's all the same pattern. So this one has some white in the skirt, pink up here, trim is pink, the neck is white. So this is another one. This is obviously the same color, but I just kind of switched up the pattern right here. White, pink in the rows. And as you can see, it looks really, really nice when you do that. Of course, I added the flower to these dresses. This is another one here that I made. And this one's really cute as well. It's a pink and yellow. This is all one yarn. And it just happened to work out how it came like this, and I really like this dress. It's really, really cute. So I'm going to show you how to make this dress. Let me get the materials that we will be using to make these dresses, and I'll be right back. So today we're going to be using the Red Heart Super Saver Ombre yarn. This is the yarn that I showed you how to make the pillow and blanket set with. I have some left over, and unfortunately the label came off and it kind of unraveled a little bit. So sometimes that happens with yarn. So this is a size 4 medium weight, and I believe the color on this is fuchsia. We're also going to be using a crochet hook size G. Okay, so let's get started with the dress. So to start the dress, we need a chain of 32, which I have right here. And we're going to start in the second chain from the hook. Skip the first, go to the second chain. And in the next 5 stitches, we're going to work 1/2 double crochet in each stitch. So that's 1. So to work the half double crochet, you yarn over, insert the hook in the stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop. You have 3 on your hook, yarn over, and pull through all 3. So that's 2. And this is our 3rd half double crochet, 4th half double crochet, and 5th half double crochet. Okay. So now we're going to work a cluster of 3 half double crochets in the same stitch. Okay, so we have the 5. So in the next stitch, we're going to work 3 half double crochets all into the same stitch. So that's the first one. Second one into the same stitch, and third one into the same stitch. Okay, so we have 3 in the same stitch. Now we're going to work another 5 half double crochets in the next 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Next, in the next stitch, we're going to work the cluster of 3 half double crochets in the same stitch. 1, 2, and 3. Next 7 stitches, we're going to work 1 half double crochet in each stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. In the next stitch, we're going to work the cluster of 3 half double crochets into the same stitch. 1, 2, and 3. In the next 5 stitches, we're working a half double crochet in each stitch. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, next stitch, we're working the cluster of 3 half double crochets into the same stitch. 1, 2, and 3. So in the next 5 stitches, which we have left, we're working 1 half double crochet in each stitch. 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we're done with row number 1. And just let me show you what it's looking like. I'm just kind of pulling on my stitches, and that's what we have. So this part here is the back of the dress. This will be forming the sides, and then this is the front where we did the 7 half double crochets. So let's begin row number 2. So at the end of row number 1, you should have a total of 39 stitches. So we're ready to begin round number 2. So to start round number 2, we're going to do the chain 1 here. At the end of round 1, we do the chain 1 and then we turn our work over. And along these stitches here, we're going to work a half double crochet in the next 6 stitches. So this is 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now in this next stitch, we're going to work a cluster of 3 half double crochets in the same stitch. 1, 2, and 3. In the next 7 stitches, we're going to work a half double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. In the next stitch, we're going to work a cluster of 3 half double crochets into the same stitch. 1, 2, and 3. In the next 9 stitches, we're going to work a half double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. In the next stitch, we're going to work the cluster again of 3 half double crochets in the same stitch. 2 and 3. In the next 7 stitches, we're going to work a half double crochet. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Next stitch, we're going to work the cluster again. 3 half double crochets into the same stitch. 2 and 3. In the next 6 stitches, we're going to work a half double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's try that again. That's 5, and this is 6. Okay, so we're done with row number 2. And this is what we have to end row number 2. And in row number 2, you should have a total of 47 stitches or 47 half double crochets. So now we're going to start round number 3. So we're going to again do a chain 1. And we're going to do a half double crochet in the next 7 stitches, starting with this first one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And you guessed it, we're going to work another cluster in the next stitch. 3 half double crochets into the same stitch. Okay, now this time we're going to work 9 half double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And yes, next stitch is another cluster of 3 half double crochets into the same stitch. Okay, now in the next 11 stitches, we're going to work a half double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Next stitch, you guessed it, another cluster. 3 half double crochets into the same stitch. On this side, we're going to work, let me count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, no, that's going to be 9. Sorry, lost my count there. It will be 9 half double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And yes, next stitch, another cluster of 3 half double crochets into the same stitch. Let's try that again. 2 and 3. Now along this side, in the next 7 stitches, we're going to work a half double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Right there. Okay, so we're done with round number 3. And as you can see, it is definitely growing. Round number 3, you should have a total of 53 half double crochets. Okay, so now we're going to work round number 4. Okay, to start round number 4, again, we're going to do a chain 1 here at the end of round 3, turn our work, and round 4, we are going to work 9 half double crochets, starting with that first one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, so that's what we have. Now we're going to form the armhole. So we're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we're going to skip 11 stitches, and in the next one, or the 12th stitch, you're going to do a half double crochet. So we're going to start here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And in the next stitch, which is the 12th stitch, right there, we're going to do a half double crochet. Nope, and I did a single. Let me try that again. Half double crochet in that 12th stitch. Okay, so that formed our little armhole. Okay, now we're going to crochet along this way, which is the front of the dress, and we're going to do 15 half double crochets here. This one is counting as number 1. So this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Okay, so now we're going to do again, we're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we're going to skip 11. And then in that 12th stitch, we're going to work our half double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And in that next one, which is the 12th stitch, we're going to work the half double crochet. And there is the second armhole. Okay. Now we're going to crochet along this way. We should have a total of 9 half double crochets. This one is counting as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and number 9. Okay, so we're done with round number 4. And this is what it's looking like. As you can see, it's starting to form the dress. It's the front, and this is the back. And at the end of round 4, you should have a total of 43 stitches. Okay. So now we're going to start round number 5. Okay, so what we're going to do is, again, a chain 1 at the end of round 4. Turn our work over, and round 5, we're going to do a half double crochet all the way across. So starting at that first stitch, just going to work a half double crochet, and just want to show you when we get to the chains, you got to be extra careful when you get to the change because it can be confusing. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, if you remember, in the previous row we did 9 to start and to end, and when we're doing it, it looks like there's 8, but in reality, this chain right here, okay, just let me show you, because I did my last one here, that was number 8. This last chain here is actually the 9th right here. It looks like a chain, but that's the 9th stitch from the previous row. So that's the 9th stitch. You want to make sure you get that. So now we have 9 here, and we should have now the 5 chains. Okay, so if you look at this, you have, this is the one we did. We have 1, 2, let me try this again here. We have 1 chain here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I just want to make sure that you don't miss a stitch there and that you get all the stitches. So at the end of this round here, you should still have 43 stitches or 43 half double crochets. Okay, so there we go. And then you just continue all the way to the other end, working a half double crochet. So I'm going to keep doing this, and I'll meet you at the end of this row. So here I have completed row number 5, and again you should have 43 half double crochets, and this is what it's looking like. Okay, so now we're going to start row number 6. Now row number 6, 7, and 8 are the exact same thing. All you're going to do is do the chain 1 to start the next row, turn your work, and this time it'll be a little bit easier because you don't have those chains to deal with. So all you're going to do is a half double crochet all the way across, do the chain 1, half double crochet across, and we're going to do this for row number 6, 7, and 8. And it's just a half double crochet in every stitch across. So right now we're starting row number 6, and then you're going to do it to row number 7 and row number 8. The exact same thing, half double crochet. So when you get to the end of this row, you're going to do a chain 1, turn your work, and do half double crochets all the way across for row 6, 7, and 8. And at the end of row 8, you should still have a total of 43 half double crochets. Okay, so I'm going to continue to do this, and I will see you here at the end of round number 8. We're done with row number 8. So now what we're going to do is we're going to connect both pieces together. So what we're going to do is, your crochet hook is on this side where you ended. You're going to go to the other side, and in that first half double crochet you're going to do a slip stitch, and that is going to close these pieces together. Now to start row number 10, Or is it 9? I don't know. I lost count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Row number 9. Okay, we're going to do a chain of 3. 1, 2, and 3. And that's counting as our very first double crochet. So in that same stitch where we did the slip stitch and the chain 3, we're going to do another double crochet. So now we have 2 double crochets into the same space. Then we're going to do a chain of 1. We're going to skip a stitch, go to the next stitch, and we're going to work 2 double crochets into the same stitch. Chain 1, skip a stitch, go into the next stitch, and work 2 double crochets into the same stitch. Chain 1, skip a stitch, go to the next one, and work 2 double crochets. So we're going to do this all the way around, and I will meet you at the end here. So here we are at the end of row 9, and I have 4 stitches left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now normally what we would do is skip this one, go to the next one, and work the 2 double crochets. But if we do that, we'll have 2 stitches left, and we're only supposed to skip the 1. So at the end of row 9 only, what we're going to do, first of all, let me do my chain 1. What we're going to do is skip this one, and in the next stitch, we're just going to do 1 double crochet. And then in the next one, we're going to do a double crochet. So these are in their own stitches, and now we have the one that we skipped. So I'm going to do my chain 1, and then I'm going to slip stitch to the top of that 3rd chain right there. Okay, now at the end of row 9, you should have 21 of these little small double crochet shells. You should have a total of 21 of them. Okay, so now we're going to start round number 10. And this is basically going to be the same pattern throughout the rest of the dress. So what we're going to do to start the next row, row 10, is we're going to slip stitch right here. And we're going to slip stitch in this chain 1 space right there. Okay, and we're going to do a chain of 3. And we're always starting off with a chain of 3 that counts as our first double crochet. Then in that same space, we're going to work another double crochet. Then we're going to do, let me try that again because I don't like how it looks. There we go. So we're going to do a chain of 1 again. And in the next chain 1 space, we're going to work the 2 double crochets. So we're going to repeat this all the way around. Chain 1, go to the next chain 1 space and work 2 double crochets into that space. Chain 1, 2 double crochets into that space. Chain 1 and 2 double crochets. So I'm going to do this all the way around, and I will meet you here at the end of round 10. That was 8, 9, yes, at the end of round 10. I'm reaching the end of round 10, and this is the last chain 1 space here. So we're going to, I forgot to do my chain 1, and then I'm going to do my 2 double crochets, chain 1, and then in that chain 3, the top stitch, we're going to do a slip stitch. So we're done, and this is what it's starting to look like. Okay, so now we're going to start the next round, round number 11. So again, we're going to slip stitch all the way to that chain 1 space. Now as we're doing each row, we're kind of moving over. So here we're going to start off here, and then a row after that it's going to start here, and so on. So it's going to keep moving over, but that's okay. It's not going to really matter, and it's still going to look great. Okay, so again, to start the row, we do a chain 3, counts as our first double crochet, and in that same space we're going to do a double crochet, chain 1, and then work in the next chain 1 space 2 double crochets into the same stitch, chain 1, and then 2 double crochets into the same stitch. Okay, chain 1, and then 2 double crochets in the same chain 1 space there. Okay, so we're going to do this repeat all the way up to row number 16. So again, you're going to go all the way around till you get to this end. You're going to do the chain 1, then you're going to slip stitch to the top of the 3rd chain, then you're going to slip stitch over to the next opening and start your new row with the chain 3 and then a double crochet. Then you're going to repeat the pattern, chain 1, go to the next space and do 2 double crochets into the next space, and you're going to keep doing that until you reach row number 16. So I'm going to keep doing this and I'll meet you here at row number 16. So I'm at the end of row 16 and this is what the back of the dress looks like. Let me turn it around so that you could see. This is where we ended right here, and this is what the front of the dress is looking like. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add the trim to the bottom of the dress for row number 17. So to start here, we are going to do a slip stitch all the way to that open space again, and then we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and that counts as our first double crochet. Now in that same space where we did the chain 3 here, we're going to work 4 more double crochets all into that same space. So that's 2. Now we have 3. We should have a total of 5 half double crochets into this space here. So we had the chain 3 counts as 1 and then 4 more. That's a total of 5 double crochets. I don't know if I said half double. I keep confusing myself. It's double crochets. Okay, so we have 5 double crochets. Okay, then we are going to we're going to do a slip stitch. Or I'm sorry, yeah, we're going to do a single crochet. I'm sorry, confusing myself. Okay, so we have the 5 double crochets, and then in the next opening right here in that space, we're going to work a single crochet, just like that. And then in the next stitch, now we're not doing any chains or anything like that. Okay, so we're just finished our single crochet. We're going to move into the double crochet in that next open space, and we're going to work 5 double crochets into that open space. That's 3, 4, and 5. Okay, then in the next space, we're going to do a single crochet. So as you can see, it's forming that nice little round edging at the bottom right there. So again, we're going to go to the next space and we're going to work 5 double crochets into that chain 1 space. 3, 4, and 5. Next one, we're going to do a single crochet. It's forming that nice little edge. Next one, I'm going to jump over here and we're going to work the 5 double crochets. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Jump over here and do the single crochet. So I'm going to keep doing this and I will meet. Here I am at the end and I worked my 5 double crochets and we have 2 spaces open right here. Okay, so normally we would do a single crochet here and then the 5 double crochets here, but I don't want to have the 5 double crochets here and then the 5 here. We need to have, you know, a space for the single crochet. So on this one right here that I just completed, again, I have 2 open spaces here. So on this one here that I just completed, what we're going to do, just for this one edging here, we're going to, you know, move these over a little bit. And then in that same space where we did the 5 double crochets, we're going to do a single crochet right there. Okay. And then in the next space, we're going to work the 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, now in the next space, we're going to do a single crochet. Okay, And then we're going to slip stitch to the top of that third chain right there. And you're done with the dress. And then you're just going to cut your little strand here. Actually I don't have much to cut here because I'm out of yarn. Okay, so there we go. So we're done with the dress, and this is what it's looking like. You can see this is the front right here. And this is the back of the dress. Okay. So now we're going to work on the little flower for the dress. So to work the flower, I'm still using the G hook. And to work the flower, I'm leaving a pretty long strand right here, as you can see. I'm making a magic circle. And I'm going to put my hook into the circle and pull up a loop. And then we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then we're going to slip stitch in that magic circle. And that kind of formed a little petal right there. We're going to chain 4 again. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And again, slip stitch. Chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, and slip stitch. So it's forming all these little petals right here. If you want to scrunch them over, you can, and that's what it's looking like. So we're going to keep doing this until you have 18 of these little petals all in that same circle right there. Okay, so again, it's chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then slip stitch. Okay, so I'll meet you here when we have 18 of them. So here I have 18 of those little petals right here, all into that one magic circle. So now what I'm going to do is take the yarn and pull a little long piece of yarn here. Okay, and then this is the strand that we started with the magic circle. All you're going to do is on this end, we're going to tug and tug. Okay, so you want to tug, and as you can see, let me put this one over here at the corner here. That's the one we ended. This long one is the one that we ended. Okay, so again, I'm just kind of taking this is where the magic circle started, that strand, and I'm just pulling on it. And then this, you just kind of want to play with them and kind of fluff them up just like that, and then continue to pull on it. And as you can see, it's closing up. So you just want to play with it until you have the flower how you want it. Okay, and then just keep pulling on it. And once you have it how you want it, and I think this looks pretty good. Okay, and just keep tucking on it, and that's what it looks like. Sorry, that's what it looks like. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, as you can see, the two ends on the back are kind of in the same space there. Okay, and I want these to be centered, so I'm going to take one of these strands and I'm going to take a sorry, I'm going to get a smaller crochet hook. Okay, and just through any one of these over here, any one of these posts right here, I'm just going to put my crochet hook through it, and I'm going to wrap my yarn and pull through. Okay, and as you can see, it's still not centered, so I'm going to take my crochet hook and put it through another one over here. Grab a piece of yarn and pull through. Nope. There we go. And let's see if it's a little more centered. And as you can see, it's more centered right there. Okay, so sometimes it takes one, sometimes it takes two, and then I'm just kind of pulling on them to make sure that's how I want my flower. And once you have them both in the center like that. You're going to give it a couple of ties, some knots, just to secure that everything stays in place. So that's 1, 2, and I'm doing 3 knots. There we go. So that's your flower, and then you can still fix it, kind of push these petals around however you want it. Okay, so now we're going to take it. We're going to take our dress, and you're going to decide where you want to put the flower. Do you want to put it up here? Do you want to put it on this side? Do you want to put it right here? It's totally up to you. Okay, so what I normally do is I normally put it up here. I like to have them up here. So what I'm going to do is through any one of these stitches right here, any one of these stitches in between here, you're going to figure out where you want it and just kind of push the yarn through on the back and pull on it. Then I'm going to go onto another stitch, maybe a little bit lower, and I'm going to push my yarn through there. Okay, and see if that's where I want it on my doll, and I think that looks okay right there. It's right by the shoulder. And then all you're going to do is inside here, you're going to give it a few knots. And 3. Okay. And then just cut your extra strands right there. And here we are, all done. Of course, you want to tuck your ends in. We got to tuck in right here and right over here, but we're all done with the dress. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you found it very easy to do. And the next tutorial will be on the crown and the purse to match the dress. The shoes, I already have a video for the Mary Jane shoes, and I will put that link in the description box for the shoes. But I will be doing the tutorial for the crown and the purse to match this dress. And I will probably also be doing a separate video showing you how I sew the buttons on, because I have gotten questions on that where people are not sure how I sew my buttons on, what I do. So I'm going to do a separate tutorial with this dress here to show you how I sew my buttons on. Okay, so anyways, I just wanted to say thank you to all my subscribers. I really appreciate you guys subscribing to me, and if you haven't done so, please do so that you can get access to these videos. Make sure you hit that notification button so you can get notified of when I'm uploading a new video. I'm trying to do it a little bit more often. Things were very busy and hectic in 2018, and they still are, but I'm doing my best to try to get some more videos out. I had gotten a request for a wedding dress, and I am going to be working on that next after I'm done with, you know, finishing everything for this particular outfit. I'm going to be working on a wedding dress, and it's going to be absolutely beautiful. I've already started putting some, you know, patterns together and some stitches. So again, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can get notified of that video. And please continue to leave me comments. I love hearing from you guys. I get so many kind words that these tutorials are so easy, and that's my goal. I've been crocheting for about 40 years, and I'd say in the last maybe 10 years I've been making doll clothes. And I hate reading patterns. Sometimes when people write a pattern and the way they write it out, it just doesn't make sense to me. And so I kind of came up with my own way. You know, I got a little from here and a little from there and here. And so I just came up with my own way of doing it. and I just wanted it to be simple and easy, all in one piece. I hate when you have to put together this part, then the back, and then the skirt. It's just too much. I like to have everything done all in one piece. And that's why I came up with these easy patterns. So I hope you guys find them easy as well. And believe me, I'm going to keep doing this. I love making these doll clothes. I sell them at a summer craft show that I do in my town all summer long, June, July, and August. And I sell the whole outfits, and I sell them fairly cheap. So I honestly not making this to make money. So I love sharing these with you guys because I know I was looking on YouTube as far as trying to find an easy pattern to do, and there really wasn't anything out there. So I decided to start doing these videos to help you guys who were just like me looking for something easy and simple and that even a beginner can do. So I hope that I've accomplished that, and I just want to tell you guys thank you, and I appreciate you guys watching my videos. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button and notification button. And that's it for today, guys. Have a great day. Bye.